Hey everybody, welcome to another exciting edition of the Gorilla's Kitchen. Today we're going to do a fantastic keto meal for you. It's not always keto in the Gorilla's Kitchen, but I do like to bring some fun and innovative recipes for you. Things will be nice and easy and super delicious. We never skip on the flavor here in the Gorilla's Kitchen. So we've got some teriyaki chicken lettuce wraps. It's going to be low sugar, high volume, high flavor, and we'll see you back in just a minute. So excited to have everybody here today, and today we're going to do something delicious, but the big question of the day is always, what's the gorilla cooking?
What's the gorilla cooking?
Chicken lettuce wraps, baby. We're going to have a beautiful, delicious, sort of an Asian flair in our chicken lettuce wraps. It's going to be high volume, big flavors, little cashews here for you, and a nice sauce I'm going to put together, and it's going to be really tasty. But you know what else is one of the more important things in the Gorilla's Kitchen, as always, is what about our cocktails? We got to make sure that happens.
Yeah,
what about our cocktails? So I've got a really great keto cocktail here for you today, and we're going to be using some of the product from our sponsors here at the OHSO Brewery and Distillery. I'm going to put together a nice drink. We're going to be using the Arcadia Grapefruit Vodka.
Oh yeah.
We'll be using that, and also I'm really excited. There's a product with these guys out here from the BeMixed company, and these are all sugar-free drink mixes. And they use monk fruit sweetener in them, so they're fantastic. You don't have to miss out on the flavor of those cocktails, so no sugar in it. And it's going to be very, very tasty. This is a ginger lime. So we're going to be combining the grapefruit vodka with a little ginger lime mixer for you. And we're going to garnish that, of course, with some lime, some mint, some fresh grapefruit. And it's going to be a beautiful, tasty, refreshing drink. We ready for that?
Yes.
Cool. So before I start building this delicious sauce for you and getting into our chicken prep, we're going to start mixing our drinks. So hang tight with us, and we'll get those put together. All right, and so we're going to finish making the rest of these cocktails. We're going to garnish them, get them out here, and everybody can tell me what they think. Everybody like fresh mint?
Yes, please.
Love mint. So nice. There's no real graceful way to do this, but we will get them in here.
You make it look easier than it is.
That's my goal.
Oh, it smells awesome.
Smells fantastic. We got to get your nose involved in all this stuff too.
It feels like almost like tropical.
Yeah, should
like
be.
we're on vacation.
You are for the moment.
There you go.
This is my vacation.
Someone's cooking.
Yeah.
Someone cooking for you.
Absolutely. Somebody's cooking for me. Somebody bought
Right.
groceries. They're making me cocktails. All good.
Exactly.
I guess I'm on vacation every day then. Ah, lucky lady. Very nice.
My wife gets a little spoiled in certain ways. You know what? Sometimes.
Let's not go that far.
Okay.
So you know what's interesting? This is my first all-female audience.
Wow.
You realize that?
Yay.
Nice.
Not at all. I'm in my element. Are you kidding me? I love this. I love this. So, but I was just thinking, I normally say, you know, drinks go to ladies first, and then, well, you're all ladies. So we're just kind of gonna go around this way. This will be the first time my wife's had to wait for a drink, so it's good.
She should be first.
Oops. I got a little grapefruit garnish on your plate for you.
Works for me. I love grapefruit.
Perfect. I will. This one here. We'll go down the row. These are a little bit full. I don't think anybody's going to be sad about that.
Awesome.
Well managed. Thank you.
There we go. Oh no, we've got an extra. So we'll go to our crew and we'll go ahead and finish making this one. So we already have our grapefruit vodka in here. I'm going to go ahead and add our remainder of our BeMixed, because we know that this is going to make about 7-8 cocktails. But I always like to freshen it up a little bit too, and add a little seltzer water to it also. Little bubbles, a little sparkly.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Bubbles make me happy.
Me too.
A little lime. Go with a little grapefruit. Always like to go around our rim here with the grapefruit. Absolutely. We'll have this here. Perfect. Now everybody's got their cocktail.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to the Gorilla's Kitchen, to friends, to family, to
Cheers.
delicious food,
Thank you.
and of course to everybody. And cheers to you guys out there. See what we think. Tasty?
Yeah.
I like it.
Refreshing. Yum.
Yeah.
Yum. And we need to find the, yeah,
Yeah.
a little ginger, a little lime. I think we need to let this one find a home also.
It's so light and refreshing.
It is.
Yeah.
You hardly know that there's like 4 ounces of alcohol in it.
Absolutely.
It
Could be a little
dangerous.
Yes, absolutely. 4 ounces dangerous.
No, I promise there
Not
isn't.
4 ounces.
No.
Maybe 3.
I'm pouring for guests, not for myself.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna start building our sauce here, and then we're gonna get the sauce started, and then we're gonna start adding the chicken in for you. So to begin this, I like to go with, we'll go and get our aromatics in. Always got to start off with our onion. Now, our friends and our sponsor here at the Queen Creek Olive Mill, a tremendous amount of products, a beautiful array of things. Now, one of my absolute favorites, which is why it comes in a growler as opposed to a regular bottle, is the roasted garlic olive oil. We use quite a bit of this stuff, and not just for our shows, but on daily use. It smells fantastic, always makes things better. You could just, if you want to pass it around, if anybody.
Yeah.
Yes,
This
please.
stuff is amazing. Oh. Yes.
And then when you're done, you can bottle moonshine in that thing. So, you know,
I can make mine.
Wow.
Yes,
there we go.
It's amazing. You can literally use that in anything.
Just about.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh, and that's the Garlic Fest edition.
Yes, absolutely. These are limited editions, so get them while you can. Healthy amount of garlic olive oil here. Don't mind the beeps. It's just a induction top that's telling me there's nothing on it. So, here we go. And we're going to start with our smells.
So what's the difference? Why did you choose green onion in this versus say white, yellow, red?
So green onion I always like with, if I'm going to do any sort of an Asian sauce, I think the green onion pairs a lot better. You know, white onion definitely has its place in things that are more acidic. Salsas, big time. I like that white onion in my guacamole. Everybody, there's some guides out there that'll tell you what you should be using different onions for, but it's just really a suggestion. This is just because I like the flavor, how it pairs with certain sauces. I find that sesame, teriyaki, you know, chili, any kind of an Asian type flair goes really well with the green onion.
I like that it adds a color too.
Yes, it's very vibrant because let's be honest, when the sauce starts getting in here, it's a very dark sort of a rich sauce, and with the chicken being the color the chicken is, it's going to look like beige. You're gonna
We want beige.
you're gonna have nobody likes beige food, so you know. I recently made a keto chicken marsala, and it came out as a big pile of beige, and I was like, "This shit's delicious, but it looks terrible." It was like one of the, like, wow.
You just do that till it's soft.
Yeah, we soften them up a little bit. Gotta
Just
get
do
all the
it-
flavors.
You do it till they're completely soft or just kind
A
of?
little bit, kind of medium. I mean, obviously it has different textures, you know, towards the tail end and so on. But we're gonna get it in there, and then we'll be adding the cashews in a second. But what I'm gonna do, we're gonna use some organic chicken stock because we want to add some more body to this.
I see you don't measure. You just
Never. I do it sometimes. Everything is to taste, but I know what textures I'm going for,
Okay.
and that will dictate a lot.
Do you just cook or do you bake also?
I'm not very good at baking anything, honestly.
You have to measure, which is a
Yeah,
whole
you do have to
different
measure.
ballgame, so yeah.
I love sauces and doing things of that nature, but when it comes to actual baking, this is the master of the kitchen right here.
Yeah.
No. But go with a little cashews. Everybody like cashews?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Now, these are, because the meal is a little high sodium, These are roasted but unsalted cashews. I also kicked up the temperature on the induction here, so we want these cashews to kind of get softened as well. Now I'm going to keep this heat at high. This says 220, but you never really know. With induction, it has a couple different measurements. We'll go by watts. I mean, you can tell this thing gets hot in an absolute hurry. I love these things, and I'm thinking that if we like to go up north sometimes during Christmas time, and high altitude, things don't really boil quickly. So if you're going to make pasta, you almost double the amount of time that you're going to take to boil anything. But with induction range, it's going to go fast.
Okay.
So it doesn't really take up much space. It might be nice to, carry and take with you. You can boil a pot of water in a hurry. Smelling good?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
All right.
Already, you can see how like the olive oil in that broth is like starting to come
Yeah.
together already.
Yeah, it comes together, sort of caramelizes a little bit. Now, what I'm going to use, I am hooked on using these. They use like liquid aminos. These are coconut aminos. So no sugar, and it's just really delicious. It's their organic, their teriyaki. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good keto soy sauce, teriyaki sauce substitute for sure.
Bring it down just a hair. We're going to go with a toasted sesame oil also.
Oh, love that.
So, great smell. Picked that up from Sprouts. I was like, this sounds like a good way to go. Sodium really isn't all that bad on this at all. It's actually 0,
Really?
which is very nice. But
There's so much flavor in that.
yeah, go. Yeah. And I'm actually going to take the lid off of this. Yeah, man. Probably should have warmed this up. Bastard.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That old ketchup one. Watch out.
And there we go. This is going to be our sauce. We're going to let these things simmer together here.
That's the ingredients, okay?
I was going to ask if you actually marinate the chicken first, but
No.
because of everything that you're putting in there right now, it doesn't look like you probably need to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you want this to kind of thicken up anyway, and the chicken's going to get plenty of flavor.
Right.
Plus, what I'm going to do is after I prep the chicken, you'll see how I butterfly it and get it nice and thin. And we're going to throw this in here together. We're going to mix all the flavors, and then I'm going to cover it and let it sort of simmer and do its thing. And then, strangely enough, we'll have a little time on our hands, probably for refills. So,
nice.
we'll move along to another cocktail option. But so that means 2 things.
A different recipe?
That means hurry up and wait. But no, we'll do something really delicious for everybody. But don't be shy about your drinks. It doesn't have to last this whole time. We're going to make another one for you on something else.
There's always refills in the Gorilla's kitchen.
Wow.
Always.
This has raisin juice in it. Oh.
Interesting.
You get your prune juice in. Be nice.
Raisin, but yeah, we have a good idea. I think that's maybe where it gets into color and
Yes.
a little thick.
Were those peanuts or cashews?
Cashews. Gotta have cashews. You know why I don't do peanuts? Because you deserve better. How about that?
I didn't realize too that they would get soft.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to duck off 1 second, grab something that I need, and I'll be right back. So what we did is we added a little bit of minced garlic, and we're going to add that in, and also some of the white pepper I was talking about. I can never get enough garlic. I just absolutely love it. But a lot of people go, oh, keto's hard. It's not. There's simple recipes. You saw just a small handful of ingredients right here,
Right.
and it's going to turn out fantastic, so I hope. But no, yeah, so do you. It'll be quite good. So I'm going to get into my chicken prep here. These have already been cleaned, washed down really nice. So what I do with my chicken breasts, I like to buy them, the organic chicken breast from Costco. But they always have the tenderloin, the little chicken tender piece here on the side. Sometimes I'll split off the recipes. I'll do something that is a little more spicy for myself, and I'll cut off the tenders and I'll use those in a separate seasoning for the kids. Or we'll even use I'll use Rice Krispie type cereal. We'll pulverize that and use it as a breading. And that way it's gluten free. You can season it up any way you want. You can do Italian, you can do buffalo chicken style, you can do whatever you want by using that as a pulverized breading. And it works really well.
Rice Krispies, you said?
Yep.
And then do you bake it or?
I bake it sometimes, or I'll cut them small and I'll just throw them right in the skillet and cook them up that way.
A little olive oil.
A little olive oil, or a lot of olive oil.
Okay.
Now with my chicken, nobody likes a funky taste of chicken, right? Like a little funky bit, it's like when you order a chicken sandwich out somewhere and you're just waiting for that one bite where you're like, yuck. So I always like to make sure that my chicken never has that funkiness to it. I always like to cut this particular little tendon out. I turn it here and I cut off this little part, and then I'm gonna leave that out here. So
That's something I didn't know.
yeah, with all of them, it's just,
It's
yeah.
That one bite you can't chew through.
Right?
Right.
Gross.
And it's, it's no big deal. It's just one of those prep things. Maybe it has something to do with my OCD. I don't know. Probably a little bit of that. What do you think, babe? A little bit of that? Yeah. A little bit. So what we do with our chicken breasts, I like to get these, and some of the thick ones, obviously I could do it a couple of times, but I'm going to take them here. We're going to press it. We're going to come into the middle point, and we're just going to go through and fillet it here. And you see it fillets out really nice. You can take your knife edge too and slice and spread this way too.
Yeah, that's.
Can I?
Make it look so easy.
I know it's a
Gosh,
great tip. It's a great tip because.
I'm like, I can make chicken. He makes chicken all the time, and it's like weird bits everywhere.
Get your knife flat, press it here, keep pressure on it, get your knife flat as you come through. So even if you slice through or it tends to flip through, if you got a really sharp knife, at least your fingers are safe. So keep them up,
Okay.
come through at the midway point, right here, and then you've got it filleted open this way. And like I said, if you want to slice, you can spread them open that way.
Cool.
But, takes a lot of practice. And there we go.
Even slice and bake or evenly.
And we just got these brand new knives,
if
and
it's
I'm like, oh
pre-sliced.
man.
Sharp knives are actually
Yeah.
safer, but if
Well-
you're used to a dull knife and then you get a sharp
Oh.
one, it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
yeah.
That was like my first week working with this blade. This
What
thing.
knife is that?
This is actually a Meissen knife. There's a group of chefs that actually put this company together. I found them on Facebook, but they actually do a series of really good nonstick pans and things like that too. And for a good chef's knife, you're normally going to spend $100-$150 for a really good one. I think I got this one for like $59 or $60 maybe. So, and it was super sharp right out of the box. And then I, sharpened it just a wee little bit until it, decided it was going to own me one day. I had to come to grips with it. It's past where I want that to be. All right, so we're going to get in. We're going to just start cutting these puppies and getting them ready to go. And you'll see when you butterfly this, your pieces, it tends to fall apart a lot easier. You're not fighting with any tough bits. Everything is nice and smooth here. I want some smaller bits, so here.
So is it important for them all to be the same size in this dish?
Not at all. Not at all. You want them, smaller. These are going into lettuce wraps, so I don't want big pieces of chicken.
So are you trying to make these bite-sized?
Yeah, kind of, or less. I want them to go into the lettuce wraps nicely and not be taking up all the real estate. I want it to look good and even.
Presentation is important, right?
It is. It's as I know that food that not only, it doesn't always have to look good to taste good, thankfully, but it helps.
It helps, yeah.
In my business, it's useful, for your food to look good.
Smells good. Pretty good chance it's gonna taste good.
Yeah, I know that I've had stuff that looks fantastic but tastes awful. There's always that chance. Some of the food trucks you'll go to, you're like, oh, that looks fantastic. You take a bite and you're like, where did my flavor go? It had to be somewhere in here.
Yeah, I
about
think
the chicken. I'm
I
like,
think you're right, yeah.
that tastes like anything.
You know, flavor is something that really, it doesn't take that much effort just to make something actually taste good.
Yeah.
But, you know, I feel for people that have regular restaurants and stuff, they have to do what I call general consumption level. A lot of people have sensitive palates, they don't want a lot of spice. I require a lot of spice in the things that I eat just so I can taste them anymore. It kind of has to be that way. But that's just me.
And your number one ingredient for that is like the garlic, is that?
Garlic is probably my most used flavor. Between like the garlic olive oil or just, you know, minced garlic. But to me, you know, my holy trinity, if we're relying, you know, relating back to like the jambalaya idea, but mine is always salt, pepper, garlic. Everything. My burgers, my steaks, anything at all, other than cereal.
Except for
You know.
spice.
But cayenne and chipotle pepper.
Oh,
I love chipotle pepper. I love to do that, and yeah, chipotle pepper is fantastic. It tends to cause a great aroma, but also a very powerful punch. Doesn't take a lot to get the heat where you want it to be. Get this diced up, and we'll get it over here into the pan. We'll get it all together. Let the magic begin. So you see, it's, you know, we've got them kind of bite size, but they will cook down, and then we'll spoon them into our lettuce wraps, which I've already cut those in a high level of OCD as well, getting the right similar size and enough to actually hold something. You know, to get like 14 good ones, I had to wreck 2 heads of romaine. So, you know, but that's just me. The good news is if you don't need it to be perfect, you can just throw your other romaine into a bag, you know, and then chop it up later for salads.
Yeah.
You know.
So you did 3 chicken breasts, would you say?
Yeah,
count
3.
For like a chicken breast for each person? Like
I would say so.
1 for 2
You're
people?
probably like 4-ounce chicken breast per person. We'll take 2 lettuce wraps about. Nobody is ever sad about a little overage.
Right.
I'm going to let it reduce. Once I get the chicken in here, I'm actually going to let it reduce a little bit because I want to kick the temperature up. Now, what we'll do is after we get that in there and the chicken's getting cooked and so on, when I feel it's at the right temperature, I'm actually going to take it off. I'm going to cover it. I'm actually going to let it sit and simmer a little bit as it goes through and steams itself basically and finishes the process. So I'm going to lift my small cutting board over here.
Yeah.
Guys, feel free to take pictures along the way.
Yeah, got it.
It is never rude to have your camera out. Might be rude to take a call during the show. But- and any call that does come through, you have to put on speaker, and I'm allowed to talk to them as well.
Oh, good to know.
One of the other things I might want to add to this, which was a complete, you know, afterthought after I got home from all of my shopping trips, was to add a little cilantro on top of this to garnish it. Would be really nice. I love cilantro. A lot of people don't. That's a really strong smell for certain people. Like my sister hates cilantro, but for me, it's, you know, she's not sad that I missed out on it at all. And so Rebecca, so I upon the request for a little more spice, we're gonna kick it up a notch a little bit.
Without tasting it, just because.
Exactly. Well, you know, it's hot.
Life is short. Spice it up a little bit.
We're gonna be careful.
What is that?
Uh-huh, looks like it.
I'm being totally careful right now.
Yes.
It's all good.
That's a lot of care.
It is. A lot of love.
It's starting to look like your hair now.
Here we go.
Didn't you know that's his gauge?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it. It's hot
To
enough
make
when
it
it
look like
matches.
James.
Yeah,
there
it's
you
kind of
go.
be careful what you ask for, right?
Right. You know, I may be even a little colorblind, so I don't really know what I'm putting in here. So, no, I'm kidding. It's all good.
It's all good. Okay, no, I think it was a
Actually,
great
not.
idea to add the spice to it.
Yeah. I thought about getting some Thai chilies, and but yeah, I was a little hesitant on that. I thought I don't really know how these are going to turn out. You know, what the season was like, what the different ones are. We could end up with some explosive chilies. You know, you never know. They could that bright red or dark red. It could, you know, you got to be careful. And I don't play around with them enough to know. With do a lot of jalapeno, a lot of pasilla peppers, a lot of just a lot of different sort of Mexican peppers. But when it comes to like Thai chilies, a little concerned. I don't know.
Very hot.
Yeah, I don't know how to gauge those well. I'm a really good judge on how the other ones are going to turn out, but yeah, I could be setting everybody's life on fire with those.
Good way to put it.
Yeah. Chicken's looking like it's starting to get pretty done here.
Yeah.
Liking it.
I mean, it's how much prep work. You can have a lot of prep. You chopped up some cashews.
That's it.
And chopped up some green onions.
Some green onion. That's all the
So
prep
it's
that I did.
really-
Well, and of course that.
Yes.
Yeah.
For another
Because
person,
no
that
one needs
might
to
be.
see the OCDness of that.
Yeah, my
right?
OCD fits earlier with that. Going, damn it, damn it.
Start to finish,
Damn it.
it's probably like a
So
20,
20,
30
under a 30 minute.
Talking during this whole thing?
Right.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
put together pretty quick.
Quick and
Yeah.
easy.
If I would just shut the hell up and cook you some food.
Jesus, man, we're hungry.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants a side of salmonella to go with their dinner, so we're gonna.
Not today.
Not today.
Maybe tomorrow.
I have a strong sense of adventure, but I call it right at food poisoning. It's just, you know.
Yeah, we're good with that. I'm gonna opt out of that one.
Yeah. All right, everybody. So
Season.
we're back. What we've done is a nice little refill for everybody, and we've done a sugar-free cranberry pineapple and some of the hashtag vodka from OHSO Brewery and Distillery.
That's even better than the first one.
Even better than the first one.
Yes.
Very nice. Also qualifies as keto. Thank you very much. And we've left it in the great garnish that goes along with it. So cheers, everybody, to round 2.
Cheers. Hashtag vodka. That's awesome.
It's really good quality stuff. So what we're doing is our chicken is done, our sauce is done, everything is ready to go. I'm actually kind of letting it rest a little bit right now, and then we're going to start spooning it on and start plating for everybody. A little bit of time, we'll get it all out, and everybody will have something to taste, and we'll get on with the show.
Hashtag winning.
And I'm almost right in the middle.
You're in the middle.
Yeah,
That's
so-
the whole world. There you go. Definitely winning.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. It looks so tender.
It should be by now. So I'm sure we'll have a little bit of spillage because, after all, it is my second drink. A little bit of culinary honesty for you.
Yes.
The best job in
Keeping
the world.
it real, right?
That's why, in a traditional kitchen, that's why everybody goes out drinking after they're done working. Otherwise, nobody's food's going to come out right during the whole process. Start these out. And of course, they're not balanced, and it's going to drive me absolutely crazy.
We are okay with it. So
There we go.
now, yeah, because you're the gorilla, but not an angry gorilla.
No, not at all.
Gotta keep it all nice and
Ask
good.
the kids what they think about that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Go. I like romaine. I just like the way it's actually really sturdy. It holds up. That's kind of why I choose it a lot. Also, I like the fillings more than I like what it's wrapped in. But no, the butter lettuce is actually it's a good one to use. But it comes down to what it looks like at that time of the season, because sometimes the little heads of them are really small, and you always have to do some trimming at the ends. So it's what you're going to have left to work with. And with lettuce wraps, you want to make sure you have something substantial.
So this is like an entree, but if you did the little ones, maybe that'd be a nice little appetizer. For,
Yeah,
you
little
know,
tiny ones would be
a
perfect.
Little party you're
Yeah,
gonna have
For
here
sure,
soon.
yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea.
good
I
way to
love
go.
Appetizer parties versus, I mean, a dinner party's fun, but
We do a Thanksgiving or a Christmas Eve party every year. We used to do Christmas Eve, but as the kids have gotten older, we wanted to wake up in their own homes Christmas morning. So we do a Christmas Eve, and that's what we'll typically do is a lot of appetizer type things.
yeah.
So
Yeah, this might be on the menu for something like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
this is keto done easy. Very few ingredients, lots of flavor. Of course, season to your own liking, your own heat level. But I think you'll find, even though we've added the white pepper and we've added the cayenne here, I don't think you'll find an overwhelming heat at all.
All right.
I'm going to make one more plate for the folks at home.
All right.
So we're going to do that. That's all right. We'll do this one.
Perfect.
Do we all have to wait for that one too, you mean?
No. But you do have to wait for at least a second here.
Yeah.
2.
We have to use a fork, or can we like?
Use your hands, come
Well,
on.
there was a fork, so I just wondering.
That's for the spillage, for the leftovers
And you're
here.
gonna use a fork?
I used a fork for the stuff on the side of it. Yes.
These are the perfect little boats.
They work out okay? All right.
Wow, that's a good flavor, baby.
Good.
Yep.
A nice little crunch, a nice little sauce. That's what we're looking for in here. A little color, a lot of flavor. What do we think there in the prep zone, guys?
Oh, man.
Looking good, Dave?
Looking
Good. All right.
Excellent.
And I'll have my dinner, and we'll be all good. Thanks, everybody, for coming to the Gorilla's Kitchen. Salud. So, here we go. We got a beautiful episode wrapped up today. A beautiful keto dish, some chicken, some sort of Asian chicken lettuce wraps, and a lot of flavor, a lot of beautiful drinks. We got beautiful people. We couldn't ask for anything more. Folks, as always, please click subscribe at the bottom of the show here, and please follow our sponsors. Go and check them out. Queen Creek Olive Mill, OHSO Brewery and Distillery, and as always, come and see us at the Gorilla's Kitchen every Thursday. Thanks, and have a great night.
Oh my god. So good.
No, no.
Delicious.
Come here.
Seriously.
He's got it.